Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to do the projection of solids, a question on projection of solids. So we will solve a question on pentagonal pyramid whose one base edge is 30 mm and the length of its axis is 70 mm. That pentagonal pyramid is resting on one of its base edge corners such that the slant edge containing the corner is inclined at 45 degree to the HP, and the vertical plane containing the slant edge and the axis of the pyramid is inclined at 30 degree with the VP. So it's a double rotation question. So one edge is inclined to the HP at 45 degree and another is inclined to the VP, that is at the angle of 30 degree, and we have to draw its projections. A very beautiful question, good question. So let me make you first understand. So this is the pentagonal prism, pentagonal pyramid. So pyramid has a base and it has an apex. So this is the apex and this is the base of the pentagon. So it has 5 base edges and it has 5 slant edges. So these are the slant edges and these are the base edges. How it is in the first condition, so one of its corners, so this is one of its corner and its slant edge is inclined at 45 degree to the horizontal. This is the condition and we have to draw the projection. So let me first tell you. So first of all we will cancel this inclination with the horizontal plane. So we will say that the pentagon is resting on the HP. So we will draw its top view and front view. Then we will say that it is inclined to HP and the VP. I hope you understood how we are going to draw this. So first let me draw the top view, and in top view we can see the apex and the base, and then we will draw the front view and then we'll go ahead with the other projections. So to draw the top view, first of all we need to draw one of its base edge, which is 30 mm. So I will draw a 30 mm base edge. So this is one of its base edge, which is 30 mm. So then we need to draw the bisector of this line. So I will draw the bisector of this line. I will tell you why I am drawing this bisector. So we will draw the bisector of this line. So after drawing this bisector, I will join these 2 points together. So these 2 points together with a very light and thin line. Then we know that is 72 degrees is its exterior angle. So I will take a protractor and I'll keep the protractor here and I'll measure the 72 degrees angle, that is 72, it is here. So this point, and then from the bottom, now 72 from this end, so that is this one. Now we will join these 2 lines with the base edges length, that is 30 mm. So I will join these points, that is 30 mm like this with a dark line. So from here also with a 30 mm line. Now after that, what we need to do, we need to open up the compass. This is the compass and we will open this up 30 mm. So like this. Now we'll keep the one leg of the compass here at this point and we'll cut this line. Same way, now we'll keep the another leg of the compass here on this point and cut this line. See, the intersection of these 2 arcs are there. So let me now join these points with this one and with this one. So we need to join these 2 points directly with a dark line, and this one with a dark line. So let's name them. So let's call this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now as you know that it has an apex in the center, so let me find out the center. So what I will do, I will bisect this line also, this line 1, 5 base edge. I'll bisect this to find out the center. To find out the center, so I will join this point and this point. See, with a light line, with a very light and thin. So these two lines intersect at this point. So this is my apex, which is, let's call this 0. Now what we need to do, because it has 5 slant edges, so like these 5 slant edges, so we need to connect the base edge corner with the apex, that is the center. So let me now join these points with the corners with a dark line. This one, now my top view of the pentagonal pyramid is ready. So let me now draw the front view. So I will draw the XY line here. So this is my XY line. Fine. So I will bring all these points up to the XY line, because this pentagonal pyramid is resting on HP, that means on XY line. That is the reason I'll bring these all points up to the XY line with a very light line, even the central apex. So these two will go together, and then this. So let's name them. So if we look at from this end, we can see only 2, 3 and 4. Rest 5 and 1 is behind. 1 is behind 2 and 5 is behind 3. So I will write 2 prime behind 1 prime, that is, this is O point, and this is 3 prime behind is 5 prime, and this is 4 prime. We also know the height of the axis, length of the axis, that is 70 mm. So this is the axis point. So let me now draw the 70 mm axis. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So this is the point. So a long line and a smaller line, short line, represents the axis. Now we need to connect these points with the apex, which is, let's call it O prime. So I'll connect this one with a dark line, and this line with the O prime, and now the last one, this line with the O prime. Now we also need to darken its base. So by this way, our top view and the front view of the pentagonal pyramid is ready. Now we will start solving the question. Now it says that one of its corners which contains that edge is at 45 degree to HP. So we will rotate this edge at 45 degree, as I said, like this is the case. So this edge needs to be rotated at 45 degree and it's inclined to the HP. So reproducing this one, so what I will do, I will mark a point on this XY line. So that point indicates it's my 4 prime. Now at 4 prime, I will use the protractor. You can use the mini drafter to measure the angle. So I will measure 45 degrees. So this is the 45 degree. Now as this line 04 is parallel to the VP or XY line, the line which is parallel to the XY line, that can be seen as true line. So this is my true length of that slant edge. That edge is 0, 4. Okay, so I can measure this line like this. So I can draw an arc, a smaller arc here, so which represents the length of the slant edge. Now I can join these points with a dark line, with this with a dark line. Now this point indicates my O prime, and this has made an angle with the horizontal 45 degrees. So this angle is 45 degrees. Now to get the other two lines, what I will do, to get the base and this slant edge, what I will do, I will keep one leg of the compass at 4 prime and another at 2 prime 1 prime, like this, taking the measurement there. Now keeping the leg at 4 prime and cutting an arc. See, I'm reproducing this at a 45 degree to the horizontal. Now what next I need to do, I will keep the one leg of the compass at this point and another at this point, see, taking the measurement. Now I can keep this leg here and cutting the arc. Like these two arcs intersect at this point. So now I can simply join these points, this point and this point with a dark line, and this point and this point with a dark line. Now to get the other 2 points, so simply what I need to do, I will keep one leg of the compass here and another at 3 prime. Now keeping the at 4 prime and cutting an arc. Now to get the axis line, same procedure needs to be followed. One leg at 4 prime and another at the central axis. So this way I am reproducing this figure but at an angle. That angle is 45. So let me now join this point with the apex. This point with the apex. This point was 3 prime, 5 prime was in the brackets, and this axis of the pentagonal pyramid . So let's name this point. This point was this one. It was 2 prime and 1 prime in the brackets. Brackets indicates here behind. Now what I need to do, this is the front view. Now I need to draw the top view. So how we are making the top view, we will produce these all points up to the HP plane, then producing all these lines from here. So let's see where they intersect with each other. So let me first produce the front view points. So I will produce this with a very light and thin lines. And this point also. Now I have produced all these points. Now I'll bring these points there. See, the lines are intersecting with each other and they will give me the top view of the pentagonal pyramid. So let me now join these points. We are looking the object from this end in the top view. So how does it look like? So let me now join. So this is O prime, this comes from here, so this is my O. Now let's see the other points. This is 4 prime and this is my 4, and similarly 3 prime, this one 3 prime, and this is my 3 prime, this point, this is my 3, and 2 is from this side 2, and this is my 2, and then 1 from here, 1 from here, 1, and then 5 from here and 5 from here. This is my 5. Now I have drawn all those points. Now I need to join them together. So when I join them together, first thing I would like to say here to my dear students, all the outer boundaries should be connected with a dark lines. So let's connect the outer boundaries with the dark lines. So I'm connecting this with a dark line, then joining these points with a dark line. That is the thumb rule in case of a projection of solids, that outer lines should be connected with the dark lines. This is what can be seen, the dark portion. What else can be seen? So what else can be? We can see the three faces. So this and this slant can be connected with a dark line. It can be seen as a full face from the top view. And now same way, 2 and 0 can be connected with a dark line. And the rest of the things like connecting 5, 4 base edge and 4 and 3 cannot be seen there. That means we will connect them with dotted lines. This one and this one. And the same way, this slant edge, that is 4 knot, even cannot be seen. That can be also connected with the dotted line. The things which cannot be seen are represented with dotted lines. Now the center line, this is the center line, so this is the point which is my center. So this dot is my center. Now the first part of the question is done, and the first rotation of the question is done. Now we have to rotate the top view. At an angle of this top view is making an angle with the VP, that is 30 degree. Now this edge which was inclined with the HP now is making angle like this with the VP. Now the angle has been reduced to the 30 degree. So how we can do now? Top view has to be reproduced with. Now mark a point on XY line, and on XY line, on this point we'll keep a protractor and mark 30 degree angle. So this is the basically slant edge, not 4, making the 30 degree angle with the VP. And we'll connect these points with a light line. Now on this line, this is how we have to make the angle now, angle 30 degree. So this is 0,4, making the angle 30 degree with VP. Now let's say this point is or O or 0. Now keeping the one leg of the compass on 0 and the other at 4, taking the measurement. Now same, keeping the compass at O and cutting the arc, and this point represents my 4. Same way, keeping the one leg of the compass at O and another at 5, cut an arc, keeping the one leg at O and cut an arc. Similarly, one leg at O and other at 3, taking the measurement, and now one leg at O, cut an arc. Now we have cut these two arcs. These two arcs needs to be cut. So therefore, keep the one leg at 4 and other 5. Now keep at 4 and cut this arc. Repeat for the one leg at 4 and other at 3, taking the measurement like this. Now keep the one leg at 4,
cut the other arc. Now we can join the 4 with this point like this with a dotted line. It represents my 5, and now joining 4 with this point with a dotted line, and this point represents me 3. Now we need to know 1 and 2. So to draw 1 and 2, so keep one leg of the compass at 0 and 1 0 and other at 1, taking the measurement. Now same way 0 and cutting an arc. Similarly 1 and 2, cutting an arc. So again taking the measurement, it's just reproducing the pentagon at an angle of 30 degrees with the VP. Now we can join these arcs. This is the point and this is the point which we need to connect with 3 to 2. So this is my point 2 and this is my 1 with 5, and then 1 with 2. So by this way we have reproduced the base of the pentagonal pyramid. Now we can connect the other points. 5 with 0 and 0 with 3 with a dark line, and similarly 1 with 0 with a dark line, and the last one is 0 with 2. And there is one more face, that is 0 to 4. It is hidden there, so that's why this needs to be connected with a dotted line. Now this is how we have reproduced these. So this is the center. So let me now show the center. So it's at a distance. So let's measure this distance and put this distance there like this.
So we will produce these points up to the VP. And this is the central axis. So I'll produce this with a dotted line, a long dot and a small dot, and the same way. Now these points needs to be extended from this end. So this is already extended, and let me produce the other points so that we can find out the intersection of the two produced lines to get the front view of the pentagonal pyramid. So let's now find out. So this is O prime. So this is my apex, which is O prime. You can even give it a O double prime, that's your choice, or O prime 1, you can even write that. That's your choice how to distinguish these points. Now this is 1, and the 1 comes from this end, so this is my 1 prime. Similarly 2, this is 2 and this is my 2, so this is my 2 prime, and this is 4, and this point is, this one is my 4, so this is 4 prime, and 3, this is 3, here it comes from this side, this is my 3 prime, and 5 prime, this is 5, and it comes from here 5, so this is my 5 prime. So now we simply, as I said in the previous case, we need to connect the outer boundaries with a dark line. So let me connect the outer boundaries with the dark line as the guiding principle. We should take this. So connecting this one, and this one, this one. So this is how we got the outer lines. Now let's see what else we can see when this will be at 30 degrees. So see, if we see it from the top, so we can see whole base. So when we can see whole base, that means this whole base can be seen with dark lines. So we can see that. So let's draw the base with the dark ones. So connecting this one and this one, 2 and 3 prime with a dark line, then 4 and 3 with a dark line. Now what else we can see? We can see now this line, this one and this one. We will connect these 2 points, that's 3 prime and O prime with a dark line, and this one, 2 prime and O prime with a dark line. Now the left is 5, so let's draw this. This cannot be seen, that is why it needs to be drawn with the dotted line. Fine. Now the central line, it is here, so this is its center. So I will draw this center also with the, this is my central axis. So that means in this case, when it is inclined with the VP, so we can say this face, and this face. So this is the bigger one, and these are the apparent faces which we can see. That's why this face can be seen, this can be seen, and this can be seen. The 2 faces are hidden. Now after drawing these, we can give the dimensions here. I'll show how to give the dimensions. So this will give the extension line, then we can draw its dimensions, the major ones only. So giving the arrow here, so it was 30 mm, so we'll write 30, and the distance from this point to this point, that is the axis, length of the axis, which is 70 mm. Okay, this is the complete diagram of the question. I hope you enjoyed this question. If you enjoyed this question, if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe and also share with your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you very much for watching me.